Hello, tarot lovers, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you've come to the right place because this is where you will connect with your deck. On this channel, we work on building our spiritual confidence so you can listen to your intuition and read your tarot cards with ease. And if you haven't met me before, my name is Elizabeth, and this is my space where I talk about the tarot and we learn together. So I have got a card a day challenge that I'm going to be talking about today, and I can't believe it. I'm coming towards the end of doing 365 readings. I have pulled a tarot card a day for 365 days. Now you might say, bit funny that you're coming towards the end in the middle of the year, but it doesn't really matter when you start. My challenge, and it's a free challenge, and if you want to join me, just go to connectwithyourdeck.com/challenge. The link will be down in the description box, and I'll try and remember to put it also in the comments for those of you who can't find the description box. The description box, there's a little black arrow and it sits down underneath the title of the video. If you click that, the description box will pop open and there's all sorts of goodies in there, lots of freebies. I have lots of freebies and things that you can do to help you in your tarot journey. So also, before I forget, don't forget, and I know this drives everybody crazy, but if I don't say it, you don't do it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. So the 365 days, the card a day challenge has a new question for every single day and 12 topics. And I've just put together a book that you can purchase on Amazon, and I'll make sure a link to that is down in the comments as well. And essentially it goes through all 365 days. So for those of you, I've always sold the journal in my Etsy shop, and the idea is that you buy a PDF instant download and you can print it on your printer and just print the pages you need and work your way through the challenge that way. And I had people approaching me saying, Elizabeth, I'm desperate for a book. I cannot print this. It's too hard in my country, because of course I'm selling across the world. And finally, I worked out how to do it. And now it's on Amazon, and you can just purchase on Amazon and have the book sent to you. It's not instant, but it does mean that if you're a really busy person, the book will arrive and you can start wherever you like. So if you've just found me and you think, oh, this card a day thing, it's fantastic, I really want to do it, then you can start now. And in fact, I would encourage you to start on the day that you find me. Don't wait, because it's one of those things, pulling a card a day is a huge commitment. It's not something, I have to have my desk set up to do it. In fact, I'll be so excited to reclaim my desk because I've had my journal. I use the printed the version of Etsy that you print, and I've had it all set up for all year, where I just go in, pull my card, and record it. And it's been a huge thing to do. And so if having a book like this you think will make it easier for you, do that. And be really patient with yourself, because it's a big commitment. And if you can just pull a card, if that's all you can do, and then maybe you come back next year and do some interpretations, this book, although it's expensive, it'll last you a long time. And by the time you finish the whole book, you will know the tarot. Believe me, you will know the tarot backwards, inside out, and every other way. So I want to talk about June, because the topic I've picked for June is mid-year review. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, why would you pick mid-year review for June? Because it's warm and we're all on holidays, and why would you pick that? Well, I'm Australian, and the Australian year in the Southern Hemisphere works a little bit differently because it's winter at the moment for me. We do tax on June 30. I clean out my filing cabinet. I clean off my desk. I do a bit of a spring clean in my house, even though it's not spring. And it's a real time of a reset. So for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, you'll really get it when I say mid-year review. But for others of you, you might say, well, no, that doesn't really work for me. I don't really do a mid-year review in June. So maybe think about it as a time for maybe a spiritual reset, a physical reset if you're on holidays, if it, June is sort of moving into summer, I know for many of you. So maybe it's about doing some spring cleaning, that kind of thing. So it's about getting to that midpoint in the year and saying, I set myself some New Year's resolutions. Have I stopped that? Like, am I not doing that in terms of doing the things that you set yourself to do? What's your life looking like? Do you need to join a decluttering group or something like that to help you get motivated, to get your life back in order? I mean, it's really about reflecting on where you are now and where you've been since January and what plans you had for 2022. So I'm going to put my glasses on because I can't see for looking without them. And I'm going to show you I want to talk to you a little bit about the questions because we're doing mid-year review. So our June page looks like this. And this is where you'd record your readings and the deck you're going to use, and all your questions are here. By the way, you don't have to buy the journal to be part of the challenge. The challenge is 100% free. And it's free for anyone to join. connectwithyourdeck.com/challenge. All the questions come up once a month in the Facebook group and on Instagram. But of course, if you choose to buy one of my journals, you help to support my channel and the work that I do. So the next page, of course, you get to do some stats on your readings and also fill out a pictorial calendar. I have images for all of the tarot cards, and I teach you how to record your readings using those images, which makes it super fun and super easy. Then we've got a monthly summary, and then we have the daily reading pages, which look really cool like this, and it's all tick boxes. So I do a training, and I do a training at the end of every month, and I'm planning now that I will have finished all of my readings for the whole year, for the whole 365 days. I'm going to do a training series on the challenge and talk to you a little bit more about why I think the Card a Day challenge is such a powerful way for you to learn the tarot. So let's have a look at these questions. So how do I feel right now? And that's about you tuning in and saying, it's 1st of June. How do I feel? How are my goals progressing? How can I learn more? We're always looking for opportunities to increase our learning. What is my best achievement for this year? Am I giving my relationships enough attention? What brings me joy? How can I live in abundance? Let's pull a card and I'll show you, and this is something that I talk about each time I do a training. I'll show you how I would answer a question using the tarot. So I'm just shuffling my Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and I use Rider-Waite-Smith because it is the best teaching deck that you'll come across. There it is there. It does, I like the yellow box because it uses all the traditional colors. It is really a fabulous deck. It is the most famous tarot deck in the world. If you've ever been for a tarot reading, I'm sure not every tarot reader uses the Rider-Waite-Smith, but you will have seen the deck. Definitely, definitely, definitely. And it's a really good deck to get a visualization of what the cards mean. And of course, one of my planned videos as we progress along and my channel grows is to talk to you about the Rider-Waite-Smith and the power of the Rider-Waite-Smith and the way that it was put together by Arthur Waite and Pamela Coleman-Smith and how powerful it is. I actually think this time I'm going to use, I haven't decided which one yet, but I love Sacred Geometry. Oh, it's good if you held these up the right way, Elizabeth, isn't it? And I'll put these into my Amazon shop if you're interested in purchasing one of these decks. And of course, anything you purchase from my Amazon shop goes towards my channel and helps me with doing the work that I do. So I'll probably use one of these for reflection. I love sacred geometry. I haven't even started teaching it yet. And it's another gorgeous thing that we will be able to look at together and learn from together. And of course, there is sacred geometry also. There is a little bit of sacred geometry in the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. So let's pick a question. What is my hardest lesson? All right, I'm shuffling the cards. I'm going to pull a card. All right. So, 3 of Swords. This is the heartbreak card. So the question is, what is the meaning of this card? This is a card about finality, but it's emotional finality, and it's about emotional finality, usually to do with relationships. Now, it could be a romantic, intimate relationship. It could be a family relationship. It could be a friendship, but it's about endings. And they're very final, very painful endings. Not necessarily betrayal, although that can be involved, but certainly endings that involve a lot of tears. As you can see, there's a storm going on, and pain in your heart, which is one of the most terrible pains, emotional pains to have. So my question was, what is my hardest lesson? So how do I always talk about answering a tarot question, whether it's in a reading or a single card, it's about blending. So it's about red paint and blue paint mixing into purple paint. So our red paint is a card of emotional pain and emotional ending with a question, which is, what is my greatest lesson, which is the blue paint. How do we blend that together? So I would say from this card, my greatest lesson is learning to process and move beyond relationship emotional pain. That is something I need to be working on. And if we put it in the context of the mid-year review, then we're looking at moving on and having a new period in our life that is not held back by emotional pain, whether it's relationships, whether it is family. And of course, your own personal experience gets overlaid into this card, where you are able to identify exactly what emotional pain this card might be talking about, either for you or for someone you're reading for. So I hope that's helpful to you. I will be reading in our Facebook group and also my Instagram channel. It's a free challenge to be part of. If you'd like to support me, then there's 3 different journals that you can purchase. There's this one in physical copy. I've also reproduced this into a Goodnotes file, so with hyperlinks and all sorts of things, so that you can actually write on your iPad and use your iPad for your readings and record your readings that way, save the trees. And then, of course, there is also the instant download you can get on Etsy, where you can print your own pages and have them immediately. Now, some of you may be looking, say, I bought that journal and I didn't get these gorgeous pages here. And I would say to you that I have made those pages available for you, because the journals had many evolutions as it's become what it is now. And as I've updated, I've sent these out. Now, for those pages, I sent them out to everybody on Etsy. So if you log into your Etsy account and look in your messages, you'll probably find them there. If not, if you can't find them, message me. I need your proof of purchase and I can send those out to you. I've now sold so many journals. I can't keep sending them out to everybody. So what I do is I send out any new pages in my emails that I send out. So if you subscribe to the challenge, you'll be on my email list and you won't miss out on those pages. So if you can't find them, just email me and I'll tell you where they are. So that's it from me. I will see you online. Connectwithyourdeck.com/challenge. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notifications bell so you don't miss my videos, because I know how crazy social media is and I kind of need to be needling you to come back to me. And of course, don't forget that the challenge is free to register. You don't have to buy my journal. Some people get their knickers in a knot that they get in there and they feel like they have to buy the journal. You don't have to buy the journal. I don't put anybody in that situation at all. And of course, once we get to the end of June, I will do a wrap up of my journal and how I filled it out. And of course, I've got a whole lot of new pages for the end of year wrap up, which I will be sending to everybody who has purchased one of my journals. So that's it from me. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell. Yes, I did say that. And I think it's time for me to go. I always find it trouble saying goodbye, and I wonder what that's about. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.